Forget a realtor, man. Let's sell that home for sale by owner.
You better get fired up!
This is the first of 3 videos that I'm going to do helping you as a home seller sell your home by yourself and saving the fees that a realtor may otherwise charge you. So if you know me, you know I'm a realtor, so you're probably thinking, Joe, why the heck would you give this information out? I give this information for 2 reasons. Number 1, I see people struggling through this process, and if they can see what it genuinely takes to succeed in selling your home, and I give them a little bit better chance, I make them a little bit more successful, it just feels good to me. If you know the intent behind why I do just about everything in my life, it's to fill my heart and make me feel great about helping other people, and this is just another one of those tools to do that. Number 2, sadly enough, I also know that roughly 1/3 of people will try to sell their homes by themselves, whether it's for a little bit of time or whether it's for more than a year, but it's only a small handful that actually come through and do it. So if I'm able to give you a bunch of helpful information, you try, I might even help you if you reach out to me, and you don't succeed, I have a great chance of getting that business, and I would love to help you with that. So of course I want to give you helpful information up front. So again, this is going to be a 3-part series on for sale by owners, or FSBOs as we call them, and it's going to give you better information on 6 different categories so that you can improve your odds of actually selling. All right, before we get into the first great tip for you, if you like what I'm putting out, I want you to go over and check out my Facebook business page. It's got loads of great information, and if you want even more, come over here and look at my Instagram handle where I put out a stat of the day every single day, 6 days a week. All right, so the first I would say this is the biggest thing you need to do to be successful as a for sale by owner, yet I see so many of them not doing it, is you have to get it on the MLS. So the MLS is a multiple listing service used by virtually all the realtors in the area. But here's the thing about the MLS. This is why it's so important. You want to reverse engineer the buying process for a buyer, right? I don't care if that buyer goes to coldwellbanker.com, kellerwilliams.com, remax.com, Trulia, Redfin, Zillow, realtor.com. It doesn't matter. All of those sites are pulling from the local MLSs that all of the realtors are inputting their listings into. Because this is where all of the listings are going, it's also where all of the buyers are looking. So when they go in, they're going to look at one of these 3,000 sites I just mentioned, pick their favorites, set up an auto search, and that's where their search is going to begin. If you're not there, man, you're going to have a tough time selling. I mean, think of this. 97% of people, buyers, are looking on one of those websites, they're using those auto searches, and that is how they're finding their home. You could be doing the best marketing on the planet as an individual seller, but if you're not on there, you just limited your buyer pool to 3% of buyers. It's challenging enough as a salesman, a professional who does this every single day, to get a good, strong offer negotiated when I'm dealing with 100% of the market. Can you imagine how difficult it's going to be as someone who doesn't negotiate professionally, isn't a professional real estate agent in the industry every single day, and you're only dealing with 3% of the market? Talk about tough. So I did a little bit of research to show you how feasible, easy, and affordable it will be to get on the MLS. So after looking at those 4 sites that I've mentioned, right, realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, and Redfin, you can get on those sites for free, or you can pay as much as $300 to $500 depending upon the package that you want and what you wanted included with each package. But for the most part, these fees do not come back to you. If you sell, great. If you don't sell, it's not like a commission with me where you only pay if you sell. You're out that money even if you don't sell through one of those sites. But listen, if you've already sold yourself on the fact that you are selling by yourself, you're not using a realtor, you have to be on the MLS. So whether you do the free version or you do the $300 to $500 version, I really push you to get your home on one of those sites. All right, now you've got your property listed on the MLS, or at least you're on one of those sites, if not multiple sites. How do you present the property? Again, reverse engineer the process, right? As a buyer, you're going to set up your search criteria. When all those properties pop up, you're thinking, holy smokes, 119 properties. I can't possibly invest the time needed to look through 119 properties. So what do? You're looking at 2 things, man. You're going through and you're looking for the best photos, and then you're reading the verbiage. And this is my tip number 2, the verbiage. I always push people to understand, right? Again, we're reverse engineering all this stuff, right? Understand that in the details of the listing, they can see that it's a 3-bed, 2-bath with a 2-stall garage, 1,762 square feet. It was built in 1998. Like, they see all that. It came through in their search criteria and they can see it at the top. Why would you regurgitate all that information when instead of selling the steak here, you can sell the sizzle? People like to think when they buy anything, right? We're talking about houses here, but really it can be anything. They like to think that they buy logically when in actuality they're buying on emotion. So use that to your advantage, right? Don't talk about the logical parts of the home. Talk about the sizzle. Sell the feeling, the emotion that they are going to experience when they come in that home for the first time. All right, so let me give you a great example, right? Instead of saying the home has a huge living room with a fireplace going from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, you could say this. This home was built for the family who wants to experience the best holidays ever. This home boasts a huge living room that allows you to go out and buy the biggest tree in the city, put it up, and it's not even going to come close to touching your ceiling. When your family comes over, they're going to sit around that Christmas tree, snuggle up next to that fireplace that extends from the floor all the way to the ceiling, and they're going to spend hours experiencing a holiday like no other. That grabs people's attention, man. It plays with their emotions, and it really sets that home apart from other homes. You're also able to visualize how big that home is because you're thinking about the biggest fireplace you've ever seen. You're thinking about the tallest Christmas tree that you've ever seen. And when you picture that room, you're picturing a monstrous room. So even though a lot of the listings that are on the MLS or on Realtor.com or on Zillow.com might talk about these big rooms, you are showing them what it actually feels like to be in that room, setting it apart from others. I'll give you one more quick example. You got a nice porch out back. Instead of saying, hey, this thing boasts a 30 by 10 porch so that you can sit outside and enjoy the backyard. That sounds like every other porch I've ever looked at, honestly. But what if you were to write it up like this? If you love watching birds from the tranquility of your own backyard porch while sipping your personalized cup of coffee next to your loved one, man, is this house for you. This location is so quiet and serene that as the deer walk by your backyard porch, only feet away from where you're sitting, you can hear them stepping on the grass because it's so quiet. People who love backyard porches, that's what they love. That's what they want to feel. That's what they want to experience. You are now speaking to their emotions and their feelings instead of just giving them the raw data of 30 feet by 10 foot, right? All right, guys, those are the 2 big tips for sale by owners today. Again, get it on the MLS and do not skimp out on that verbiage, man. Really pull on those heartstrings. If you like this video, get down and hit that like button. If you loved it, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. Remember, this is part 1 of a 3-part for sale by owner series, so we've got 2 more coming, and you guys stay fired up.